Now we are moving to 2 marks questions. So in the given question, it is given that one of the Maxwell equation is expressed as, so this is the Maxwell equation, where S is the entropy per unit mass, V is the mass specific volume, P is the pressure, and T is the temperature. In this expression, S is a continuous function of T and V. The derivatives of S are also continuous. Let Cv be the specific heat capacity at constant volume for gas. Then delta Cv by delta V at T can be written as. So we have to find delta Cv by delta T with the given Maxwell equation, and it is given that S is a continuous function of T and V. So to solve this question, first we have to understand the mathematics behind it. So if we have a function which is a function of x and y, so if we differentiate it, we can write this function as delta z by delta x keeping y constant plus delta z by delta y keeping x constant into dx into dy. Now it is given that S is a continuous function of T and V, so I can write S in the same form. It is a function of T and V, so I can write ds is equal to delta S by delta T at constant V into dt plus delta S by delta V at constant T into dV. Now, by definition, we know that Cv is equal to del U by del T at constant volume. Now we have an equation, a popular equation, TdS is equal to du plus pdv. Now U can be written as function of T and V. Now again, using the same formula, we can write del U by del T at constant V into dt plus del U by del T at constant T, del U by del V at constant T into dV. Now, putting this value of du and ds in this equation, so it will be a lengthy equation, but we have to write T into del S by del T at constant V into dt plus del S by del T at constant T, this is V into dV, plus del U by is equal to del U by del T at constant V into dt plus del U by del V at constant T into dV plus pdv. Now, looking onto the left and right hand side, I can compare the coefficient of dt on both sides. Now we get that del U by del T at constant volume is given by T delta S by delta T at V. So this is the equation that we get. Now from basic equation we know that this is equal to Cv. So I can write Cv is equal to T delta S by delta T at constant V. Now we have to find Cv with respect, we have to find delta Cv by delta V at constant T. Since this is constant, so I can take this outside and I can again differentiate it with respect to delta V, delta S by delta T at constant V, and this has to be differentiated at constant T. Now to understand, now we can write this equation as T into del 2S by del V del T. This is del Cv by del V at constant T. Now to understand what I have done in this, just consider this equation del 2Z upon delta X delta Y. Now if I have to differentiate, this is a second order partial derivative. If I have to differentiate, I can differentiate this equation like this, that first I can differentiate it with respect to X keeping Y constant, then I can differentiate it with respect to Y keeping X constant, or I can do the reverse. First I can differentiate this equation with respect to Y keeping X constant, and then I can differentiate this equation with respect to S keeping Y constant. The same here, first we are differentiating S with respect to T keeping V constant, then we are differentiating with respect to V keeping T constant. So this can be written in this way. Now from the Maxwell equation we have del S by del V at T is equal to del P by del T at V. Now I have this expression and I have to calculate the value of this expression, so I can differentiate this expression with respect to delta T keeping V constant. So doing that, del by del T of delta S by del V at constant T, we are differentiating it keeping V constant. The same I can do at the right hand side. This is del P by del T, del by del T of del P by del T at constant V, and this equation holds with respect to constant T. Since these both are same, so I can write right hand side to be del 2P over del T2. For the left hand side, using this notation, I can write del 2S over del V del T. So from this we conclude that del CV by del V at constant temperature can be written as T del 2P over del T2. So this is the final answer. Now from the given option C is correct. So this was the actual procedure to solve this question, but there are chances that you may not know during the exam that how to proceed such type of questions. Now in this question we have to find delta CV by delta V at constant T. Now suppose you don't know anything, you don't know how to proceed, so you can apply this trick, but still you may get the right answer. Now see, I have to find delta CV by delta V at constant T. Now we will follow the procedure of units. Now this equation has to be equal among the four options. Now it is a general rule that the units of the left hand side and the right hand side must be same. This is dimensional homogeneity. So every equation has to follow dimensional homogeneity. Now let us find the unit of LHS. Now for CV, I know that this is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Or I can write this as, this joule can be written as Newton meter per kg Kelvin. See, work done is equal to F dx, and this is joule, force is Newton, and this is meter. So I can write joule as Newton meter. Kilo has nothing to do with the units. Similarly, the denominator you have specific volume, which is given by meter cube per kg. See, for any expression, for example dx by dt, it is velocity. So I have to write meter per second. Now, if I again differentiate it, that is dv by dt, or it can be written as d2x by dt2. The unit is meter per second square. Means if you differentiate again an equation, or if you do the second differentiation, the numerator has nothing to do with the unit, but there is a change in the denominator. So this rule we will follow now. Now I have unit of delta CV by delta V at constant T as Newton meter per kg K into kilogram per meter cube. So this kg get cancelled, this get cancelled, and you will get Newton meter square Kelvin. Now right hand side of the equation must have this unit. Now let us check one by one. The first equation is P by T del 2P over del T2. So P by T del 2P over del T2. See, by inspection you can see that this is temperature and this is a temperature with power 2. So 100% there will be Kelvin cube in the denominator. So this this cannot be an option, since you will have a power of 3 in denominator, because pressure term does not have any Kelvin term. Secondly, if I take the second equation, which is V by T, del 2p over del V2 at constant temperature. Now unit of V is meter cube per kg, Kelvin is 1 by Kelvin, pressure has unit of Newton per meter square, and this is delta V2, so it has unit of meter cube per kg square. So this get cancelled with one unit, and you will be getting Newton kg upon km5. So this is again not an option. Now moving on to the third option. T del 2p over del V2 at constant temperature. Now this has a unit of Kelvin. Now this is Newton per meter square, and this is Kelvin square. So these two get cancelled, and you will get Newton per meter square Kelvin, which is same as this. Now you got your correct answer. But still fourth option is left. Do not make this mistake. Always check the fourth option. Reason being that it may have the same unit. It may also have the same unit. So please check for 100% accuracy. So this is 1 by T del 2p over del V2. Obviously this is 1 by Kelvin. P is Newton per meter square, and this is 1 upon meter cube per kg ka square. So by solving you can see that you will get unit like n into kg square upon k into m5. So this is again a wrong option. So by unit only it is confirmed that third option is correct. So this is a simple trick you may apply when you don't know anything, when you don't know how to approach a question, and it may work and you may get 100% result as well. But the problem is, if any other option contain the same unit, then you have to make a choice.